Within hours of the U.S. announcing a second round of tariffs on Chinese goods, Beijing responded. The Chinese Commerce Ministry saying it had no choice but to retaliate, and it hopes the U.S. changes its behavior. One official saying the move is poisoning trade talks. But no details yet of just how China will respond.
Regarding America's new round of tariffs, China has no choice but to retaliate. As for what kind of retaliation, we will announce it at an appropriate time.
It was expected that the ongoing trade war could heat up. This new round of tariffs from Washington confirmed that.
And it will be a lot of money coming into the coffers of the United States of America, a lot of money coming in.
A lot of money in the form of tariffs on an additional $200 billion of Chinese imports. The U.S. government will begin collecting a 10% tariff on those goods starting on September the 24th through the end of the year. Then on January 1st, the tariffs will jump to 25%. And if China at any time retaliates, the White House says, an additional $267 billion of Chinese imports, practically the remainder of all Chinese products sold in the U.S., will also fall under the tariffs. The increased tensions will likely scuttle the renewal of trade talks between Beijing and Washington. While about 5,000 Chinese products, including household goods from vacuum cleaners to bikes, will be targeted, many U.S. businesses are expected to suffer as well. Just before the tariffs were announced in Washington, the Chinese Commerce Secretary said that U.S. protectionism won't only impact the two nations involved in this trade war, but it could hurt the global economy as well. And some analysts here feel that U.S. companies might face a Chinese consumer backlash.
If the Chinese people believe that they're being maligned, all right, they will boycott, and that's not something, you know, you're already starting to see some anti-American sentiment. Says, well, I'm not going to buy that. It's American, all right? I mean, this is the one thing. Donald Trump thinks that the only people who are nationalistic are in the U.S.
And as the world's two largest economies refuse to concede any ground in this trade war, the impact will be felt around the world. Scott Heidler, Al Jazeera, Beijing.